A very good afternoon to everyone. Our gratitude to all the participants of the second day of the Entrepreneurship Skill Development online course on ornamental fishes, production, trade and technology transfer organized by the Diploma in Ornamental Fish Production and Trade, the Department of Zoology, Konganadu Arts and Science College, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. The today topic on ornamental fish resources from Indian water delivered by Dr. J.S. Yogesh Kumar, Scientist D, Geological Survey of India, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Diga, West Bengal. Dr. Yogesh Kumar has been involving in the so many activities. With his busy schedule, he accepted our invitation. Thank you, sir. Now we are invite Dr. S. Binukumari Madam, Assistant Professor, Head in Charge, Department of Zoology, Konganadu Arts and Science College, Coimbatore, to welcome the gathering and introduce the guest of honor. Please, Madam.
Is it audible, sir?
Yes, Madam. Proceed.
Okay, thank you. A very good afternoon to one and all. Join with us for the second day of Entrepreneurship Skill Development online course on ornamental fishes, production, trade and technology transfer organized by Department of Zoology under Diploma in Ornamental Fish Production and Trade. It gives me great pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed Honorable Secretary and Director, C.A. Vasigi Madam, Distinguished Principal, Dr. M. Lakshmanasamy Sir, respected Dean R&D, Dr. Palsamy Sir, and Dean Academics, Dr. Madan Shankar. I also extend my warm welcome to our guest of honor, Dr. J.S. Yogesh Kumar, Scientist D, Marine Aquarium Regional Center, Zoological Survey of India, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Digga, West Bengal. And also I wish to welcome the faculty members, scholars and the students of Konganadu Arts and Science College and other academic and research institutions. Now, I take this opportunity to introduce today's resource person, Dr. J.S. Yogesh Kumar. Dr. Yogesh Kumar completed his graduation, post-graduation and doctorate from Manonmaniam Sundaranar University, Tirunelveli. He has completed postdoctoral fellow from Zoological Survey of India, Calcutta, and young scientist under DST from Zoological Survey of India, Andaman Nicobar Islands. He has been serving as a scientist D in Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Zoological Survey of India, Arbom and Dipur District, West Bengal. His research interest in marine Idarian taxonomy, diversity and distribution of Gorgonian, coral transplantation and restoration, survey and monitoring of coral reef and associated faunas, and coral recruitment and reproduction. He has received projects from different funding agencies like DST and Zoological Survey of India, and he has identified 62 gorgonians, 24 soft corals, 15 black corals, 66 corals, 88 fishes, and 95 opistombrans. He has submitted 32 DNA sequence of invertebrates in NCBI, and his research achievement in coral transplantation and restoration, GIS mapping, mangrove restoration. He has received certification and awards for PADI Certified Dive Master, Young Scientist, and Postdoctoral Fellow. And he has published 52 manuscripts, 7 books, and 7 book chapters. With this introduction, I welcome you, sir. Now the session is yours, sir. Please. Once again, I welcome all the participants. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam, for your nice introduction. This session hand over to Dr. Yogesh Kumar, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Manivan, sir. Sir, my screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
It's not coming full.
Sir, make full screen.
So visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir. Slide.
Dr. Manian, sir, is it visible now?
Sir, slide is not visible, sir. Only photo.
It is yet to come, sir. Just a presentation.
Dr. Yogesh sir, no worries sir, I'll present my screen sir.
Okay, no problem. Just you can use proceed from there.
Okay.
Start coming with several levels. This came? Hello? Dr. Manian, sir, it's the time now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Proceed, sir.
Yeah.
Visible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You have to maximize the slide.
It's okay. Now my slide is visible. Huh?
Yes, sir. Slide is visible. So maximize, sir. No problem.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I thank to our college chairperson, management committee members, RNS committee members, and the course director, particularly course director Dr. Raja. Yes, Raja sir, frequently contacting us. I give this opportunities to us. We thank to him for these opportunities, and I thank to this college committee member, Komunara Arts and Science College, and thank you very much for participating on this program, and welcome all, and the dignitaries and different college assistant professors participating. Welcome all to this webinar. Thank you very much. And now we are going to discuss about the ornamental fish resource from Indian water. Before that, we will discuss about our ZSA role. Just a little bit, I share our ZSA role in the Indian faunal community. ZSA was 1916 is inaugurated in our head office in Calcutta. We have 16 regional stations and working on different faunal group, exploring the sea from sea to mountain. So we concentrating mountain ecosystem, estuarine ecosystem, marine ecosystem, island ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, freshwater ecosystem, desert ecosystem. Also, we concentrating biosphere reserve. 18 biosphere reserve we have in India, and tiger reserve 49 tiger reserves here. And we continuously conducting monitoring on all the national park, 103 national park, wildlife sanctuaries, community reserve, and conservation reserve. all the places we frequently our scientists visiting and making continuous survey and exploring lot of faunal diversity from that place. Based on our survey, we explored from protozoa to mammalia around 99,229 species reported from India, and particularly terrestrial 81,405 species reported, and coastal areas 17,824 species reported from coastal area. So these are major resource from Indian faunal diversity. And I am from Marine Aquarium Regional Center. It's located in West Bengal. In Digha. It's a very it's a border of Pakistan and West Bengal border. It's a audible, no? I'm audible.
Slides are not visible. First, you maximize your screen, then go for the slideshow. Then it will be okay, sir.
Actually, maximize, sir. It's a maximum. It's visible now?
Sir, it is visible, sir, but not in full screen, sir.
Full screen, sir.
Share it like that.
Full view slide.
Sir, can you click the F5 button in your keyboard, sir?
Same now?
No, sir. Sir, okay, sir. I'll present the screen, sir.
Okay, better you can proceed. I'll proceed.
Okay.
Sir, fix the slide, you can just click it.
Okay, now it's okay, sir.
Sounds well, no? Fifth one, next. Next. Yeah. Okay, no? Okay. ZSA is continuously conducting frequently survey in the different ecosystem from sea to mountain. Mountain ecosystem we cover mountain ecosystem, estuary ecosystem, marine ecosystem, island ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, freshwater ecosystem, and desert ecosystem, biosphere reserve, and 18 biosphere reserve we have. And frequently visiting that biosphere reserve and conducting surveys, and also visiting national park. 103 national park we have, wildlife sanctuaries, and community reserve, conservation reserve. All these sites we frequently visiting, conducting survey, and explore more number of fauna. And next is based on this exploration. Based on this exploration, we identified 99,229 species from our Indian coast, Indian subcontinent, and 8,000. The percentage is not real. Hey, 81,405 species reported from terrestrial ecosystem, and 17,824 species from coastal region. We reported this is species from protozoa to mammalia, and I am from Marine Aquarium and the regional center. It's located in West Bengal, and it's between the Orissa and Diga. Diga is place name is Diga. It's located in West Bengal and Orissa border. Very good tourism place. You can see we have actually in 16 station we only station have marine aquarium. You can see this much big aquarium, and I think in India is one of the major aquarium in marine field, and we keeping lot of marine fishes in our aquarium tanks, and more than 1,000 people visiting per day for as a visitor, and regularly conducting our surveys. They are giving this presentation and make awareness to the public. So first of all, we want to know the water resource in Indian water. So coastal, we have a long coastal line, 7,516.6 kilometers coastal line from West Bengal to Gujarat. It's covered 10 states and 2 island groups, and 14 major rivers and 44 medium rivers, 55 minor rivers. Among the 14 major rivers, 9 reached in Bay of Bengal, east coast of India, and 5 rivers reached in the Arabian Sea, it's the west coast of India. And some of the major estuaries is very valuable for the ornamental trade. They are collecting oil collections from that estuary region. And Hooghly River, everyone know that, Mahanadi, Godavari River, Krishna River, Vellore estuary from the east coast of India, Narmada, Tapi, Mandovi River, Swari River, estuary from west coast of India. These are major rivers, actually oil collection places, and we have good resource of fish diversity. Not only ornamental fish, I am sharing all the fish diversity of the Indian water. Around world, 32,100 species reported from worldwide, and India so far reported 2,546 species. Andaman Nicobar reported 1,434 species from Andaman Nicobar Island, and 725 species from Lakshadweep Island, 1,182 species from Gulf of Mannar Island, and 402 species from Gulf of Kutch, and 250 species particularly in the estuary region, and 217 species from lagoon, and 341 species from mangrove ecosystem. Especially in freshwater ecosystem, around 858 species reported under the 167 genera, 14 family, 12 orders in Indian water. And freshwater, particularly for the freshwater fishes distributed in state-wise, and sharing some of state. West Bengal we have 239 species and 143 species from Orissa coast, and 158 species from Andhra Pradesh, 116 species from Tamil Nadu, 188 species from Kerala, 213 species from Karnataka, 58 species from Goa, 216 species from Maharashtra, and 119 species from Gujarat, and 172 species from Madhya Pradesh. These are major state contributing aquarium trade. For that, I am mentioning these are state species distribution. And apart from this species distribution, some of species coming under this schedule, and IUCN category is coming under the IUCN category. As per the IUCN status, 13 species in critically endangered species, and 63 species are endangered species, and 72 species vulnerable species, and 36 species are near to threatened species as per IUCN Red, and 2 species belong to the schedule animal schedule from Indian 1972 Act. It's a Schedule 1 category. We cannot able to collect that species, but still it's a landing center. We are observing that kind of species. Now we have discussed about what is the ornamental fish. We discussed more than 2,500 species available in Indian water. All the fishes not able to keep in the ornamental trade. Particularly very selected species, fishes we selected for ornamental trade, and particularly why you are using this ornamental trade. We have a lot of questions. For that, we are generally saying ornamental fish is the live jewels. Everyone knows jewels value, and it's more than jewel value. It's a value of the more than jewel. That's why we are saying it's a living jewels under the water, in freshwater and marine, both ecosystem. The various forms and fascinating beauty have some fish and attractive people. Actually, these color patterns, major characters, it's attract to the public. Like that is beautiful colors, stripes, banding patterns, movement pattern, transparent body colors. Some of fishes they have some transparent body color and hardiness. All the fishes, what are the fishes capable to rear in the aquarium tank on throughout the lifetime? That is adapted is a aquarium fishes. So you can see the down pictures is a lot of colorful. You can think about the jewelry. It's a living jewelry. And yesterday condenser share about this arowana fishes. That is very valuable, more than lakhs in the own fish. They are using for the astrological purpose. They are keeping Vastu fish. There's some commonly called the Vastu fish. They are using in the aquarium trade. It's more valuable than jewelry. So ornamental fish resources in the Indian market and world market. Worldwide, there are around 1,539 species reported around is used for the ornamental trade. In India, so far 1,200 species in freshwater and marine both. Indigenous species, 374 species are freshwater fishes coming under the indigenous species, and marine 700 species. And exotic species freshwater 27 bearer fishes and 261 egg layer fishes, and marine around 300 species as an exotic species. First, we want to know the indigenous and exotic. We want to know that indigenous is our native species. It is commonly available in Indian water, and exotic is imported from other countries. That's why it's called exotic species. And it is some of fish is not exported. Some of fish by pelagic water, and there's ballast water from the fish. Sorry, ship transporting the cargo ship transporting from one country to other country the cargo. For the ballast water discharge in our water in marine and also in the river area, it's distributing other seeds on our area. It culturing is called exotic species available in Indian water, that also using the aquarium trade. And distribution of
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Still, the slide indicating fauna of India is on the screen. Slide is not changing. No, it's not moving. Indicating the fauna of Indian slide. That is in the screen, sir.
Actually, there's slide sharing by there only.
Yeah. Now it's okay. The next slide, okay. Distribution of indigenous ornamental fishes. Now it's okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah, distribution of indigenous species ornamental fishes from India. And West Bengal, we have 119 species freshwater fishes and marine 113 species available. And Andaman Nicobar only marine species 250 species using for the ornamental trade. And Gulf of Mannar also marine species 113 species using for ornamental trade. And 117 species using marine species using in the ornamental from the Lakshadweep Islands. And 155 species freshwater fishes from the Western Ghat in the ornamental trade, and also 100 species from Gulf of Kutch is ornamental trade they're using there. At a major Gulf of this ornamental trade from Chennai, Calcutta, and Kerala and Maharashtra. These are the major exporting places. They are receiving the fishes from there and exporting from that place. So now we are just going to the some of common indigenous species, carp varieties. You can see a lot of different varieties of carp fishes here, and particularly Kerala queen. It's a very common and very attractive fish. We can keep in the tank. It's very indigenous species available in Kerala coast, Kerala region, the freshwater river ecosystem. And another one, rosy carp is also very common. And if you are visiting any aquarium shop, you can see this rosy carp and this kind of fishes, and very adapted in our local aquarium, like culturing purpose. And also Daniel fishes we have, and particularly I can share this giraffe fish. It is like giraffe like line pattern is there. In live fishes we are seeing this very good attractive color and line patterns. And this species one interesting reference I read about that, I had no experience about this one, but they cultured. Actually, if it is small portion of tail it got damaged, it will regenerate. And if you're getting any portion of, including internal organ get damaged, it's also regenerated and it's in life. Like that, some research activities done it from other countries, and some of research going on in Indian water also. And some snake getter fishes. Is a chana fish is very common in shallow region and also in muddy mangrove region, and very common, and it's also edible fishes also. You can see the head pattern and some darting pattern, and it's a very attractive to the public. That's why there's some snake get like a head based on the head structure is called snake head. And some of lochi fishes they're using, you can see different line patterns, yellow color, black color line pattern is there, and it's very attractive for Rani lochi. So it's like queen. It's very attractive in the tank, and Gaurav fishes, it's a blue color stripe. In the live fishes, you can see the very good blue stripe entire body, and stretch in the body. You can get it attractive color. It's very attractive in the aquarium trade. And some other group of freshwater fishes also available in Indian water, and some exotic species available. They are selling in Indian market. The freshwater exotic species, particularly platyfish, mollyfish, guppy fishes, and red sottle fishes. If you are visiting any aquarium, definitely you can see all the varieties. So platy,
Excuse me,
mollyfish,
sir.
black molly, red molly. The different varieties of molly fishes is there, and guppy fishes is there. We have some school time in experience. When we are going to school, we coming back, we go to this aquarium, we kill 5 rupees, we get 2 pieces of catfish. Just keeping in the small orange bottle. Just we are watching that is laying the egg. So my brother and myself will go to that and keep that. Once it's starting egg laying, sorry, young ones bearing. So we watching that continuously, and then you can take the parent from there. We keeping that is a very enjoyable. And during this pandemic situation, the COVID, everyone sitting in the home due to safety purpose. This is very supportive for time passing for the children as well as in the adult people. And another thing, red sottle fishes, different varieties of red sottles now came in the market. And I observed this red sottle fishes. One interesting thing in the Dr. Kanipasar lab in St. Xavier's College, they done it sexual reverse study. So they keeping 10 red sottle female fishes in one tank. Within the month, one red sottle female fish converted as a male fish. So they maintaining that is once in the breeding started and young ones came out. So that is the study. I observed that when one of my friends did that this PhD work on that particular group. I saw the experience, and some different variety of haura fishes you can see there. And without goldfish, you cannot able to see any aquarium. But that's also exotic species.
Excuse me, the still slide is not moving. Still that slide is there on the screen. Distribution of indigenous ornamental fishes. So better
I
you
think-
present the slides in your computer. I think it is better.
Okay. Next one. So can I share it, Manivan sir? Can I share it, or you are proceeding that one?
Sir, if possible, is comfortable for you, then you can share yourself, no issues.
Actually, sharing is there. It's not full screen is coming. That's why I'm sharing. I asked to share it to you.
Ramsilas, you don't want to share. Shar will take care of this.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, please, sir. Then you can proceed.
Yeah, because of their signal very weak.
Okay, okay. Just I'll share. Now you're getting full screen.
Now it's
Manivan sir.
Ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, it's getting
Mr.
clear.
Kemna?
Just a few minutes. Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay, very good. Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, if possible, you can show in full view.
Actually, fully, I am seeing in my computer it's coming in the full view only.
Okay, no issues, no issues. Very good, excellent. We will move this stage. No issues.
Okay, okay, then it's okay. So, lot of indigenous species in available in our market. Without goldfish, it's not available in any aquarium. So that's also exotic species, and we have lot of varieties now. Goldfishes came up and hybrided, and angelfish also available. You can see the how of its differentiation, the color patterns and stripes and dots. It's very attractive. Like that's why it's they are saying living jewelers, and these are very valuable. Some of reef fishes now we are going to discuss. We are discussed before full of freshwater fishes, and now we going to in the underwater. So I think everyone visited in the aquarium. Mostly you saw about the only freshwater fishes, not aware about the reef associated fishes. So India we have 454 species of reef associated fishes using for marine aquarium trade. It belongs to 38 families, particularly damsel fishes. The 52 species reported from Indian water, 32 species butterfly fishes, 16 species sweet leaf fishes, and 21 species of angel fishes, 14 species of parrot fishes, and 42 species of snapper fishes, and 53 species of wrasse fishes, and 43 species of groupers, 18 species of surgeon fishes, 26 species of screamfish, and 6 species of sweeper fishes. It's very common in Indian water. So then we want to share it parental area. It's a house. It's a coral reef is a hiding place. For that, I can share the coral reef distribution in India. And maximum coral cover we observed 5,730 square kilometers in major reef areas. Actually, two island ecosystem with major mainland ecosystem, Gulf of Kutch and Gulf of Mannar. Both are very good fish resource and with reef ecosystem. It belongs to the Marine National Park, and also some main patch reefers reported in Malvan Coast and Netrani Islands in the Karnataka state, and Pondicherry we have good patch reef explored from temple diving, and Visakhapatnam also good reef patches is there explored by living adventurous. Lot of diving people they exploring this ecosystem. It is recreational site. It is based on the how much fish diversity is there. Based on that much tourists will visit on that place. It attract to the public. So that's a major dive sites in India, and the Gulf of Mannar and Gulf of Kutch is a marine national park. It's not allowed anyone inside the that reef ecosystem. Entirely banned as per the Indian 1974 Act. We cannot able to collect any single animals from that place. And you want to know what is a live corals. So live corals is a nidarian. It's a like one more jewelry. Like without live coral we cannot get it in the live ornamental fish, marine ornamental fishes. You can see in the picture lot of live corals with colorful brown color, some colors. This color pattern is due to associated with one small algae. It's called Zubradale. It's associated with the coral, and it's growing together. And also this live coral only attract these ornamental fishes. If you can see this one single colony you are seeing on here this screen. You think about how many numbers is there. Only monospecies, the damsel fishes is there. Is there. You can see this black banded, the damsel fish. How many numbers is there in one single colony? That single colony it can home for heading place for this much species. More than 70 numbers is there based on my counting. You think about that full reef. Is a view of the full reef. This is a marine tropical rainforest. That's why it's called marine tropical rainforest. You can see the n number of fishes, more than lakhs, is not able to one snap. I am saying it's a one push of the reef. If you enter reef, then think about how many species is available on that place. And not only fishes, you can see a lot of other cnidarians, particularly sea fans is there, soft coral is there, some hard coral is there, and see feather star is attached over the sea fans, and good resource you can observe in the reef ecosystem. If you lost the ecosystem, what will happen? If you are changing, if you are making any impact on reef ecosystem, it will be lost the ecosystem of entire ecosystem. You can see this bleached coral. It's called as a bleached coral. It's a what you saw in before one. It's a live coral with color. Now bleached coral full of white. It's a washed. It's the loss of small changes in the water quality. The temperature changes also affect its ecosystem. You can see very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 species number of fishes only available on one single colony. What you saw in before in the live coral, more than 70 number of fishes in live single colony of live coral. But here only 4 or 5 species. Then you think about this bleached coral will dead. What will happen? If the live coral will dead, it's wash it. Nothing will get it from there. You can see this. That's why he's a hero of the sea. That's why everyone speak about the coral. Maybe everyone know this name, the coral reef, but not aware about this. This whatever I am showing in the underwater marine pictures, everything from Indian water only, and did it from ZSA. You can see the bleached and with dead corals.
So slides are not moving, sir.
Now visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that this black color parts full of dead corals. This is entirely destroyed. So no fishes. Very in the reef you can see what you see in the before end number of fishes in live reef. But here only 1 or 2 species fishes you can see that. And so this bleaching will happen due to our anthropogenic activities, and natural climate is also one of reason, but major reason is from our side only. So for that only I am sharing this information to this team. And now moving to how to assess this reef associated faunas. We are frequently visiting our site. Whatever pictures you are seeing, most of photos and from our side, and my photo is there. We are making underwater line transect method using for assessing the coral health. Also, this same type of lines transect with belt transect. They are saying it's a belt transect. We lay the line and we observe the fishes on both sides. It will take minimum 20 minutes for underwater. So we cannot able to cover 50 meters interval only. For that, we adopted some advanced techniques. We can use it for visual assessment method. We consume the timing, and photo coordinate method using for continuous long-term monitoring, and permanent coordinate. We fix it some of places, particularly Andaman Nicobar Island, Marine National Park, Rani Jhansi Marine National Park is in Ritchie's Archipelago, and Mahatma Gandhi Marine National Park in near to Port Blair Island. It's both islands. All the islands we have permanent monitoring plots. It's covered 100 square meter. Inside the 100 square meter, we are keeping each around 20 quadrant inside 1 meter square quadrant for assessing the reef health. This is important for the reef fishes. For that, I am sharing here. Also, we are doing some underwater photo documentary and video documentary. It's a consume the timing. If you are going below 20 meter depth, we can stay up to 40 minutes based on the consumption of the air. And if you are crossing more than 20 meter depth, then you cannot able to stay 20 minutes time. So we consume the within 20 minutes, within 40 minutes, we want to take more area cover. For that, we are doing some photo documentation and video documentation, and assess the reef fishes diversity as well as other associated faunas in the reef ecosystem. And also we frequently visiting the landing centers and observe the reef collection pieces. Some of places is not coming under the protected area, and some of patch reef is outside the Marine National Park area. They collecting fishes from that place. We observe group of fishes on that landing, and some snapper fishes and yellow color tail snapper fishes and carangates. You can see the different color patterns. It's a black stripe and yellow colored tail. It's a very attractive in the underwater. You can see now we just get inside the underwater. We can see underwater fishes in well. So it's a marine ornamental fishes. Everyone, it is all the photos from our Indian water photos. Don't think about this internet photos. These are plenty of available in Indian water, but no, some of fishes only rearing and culturing in our aquarium trade. So all the fishes not adapted still now. Still now no report available. The techniques about the culturing and rearing and breeding study. So some of trigger fishes you can see here, and parrot fishes you can see the color patterns. If you are seeing the daytime this color, if you are doing underwater in night time, you get it more than beautiful color of the same fishes. In the flash with lighting, we get it very good color pattern. We are keeping in the aquarium tank. We tried in our aquarium, but it's not succeed. Survival rate is very less. And some squirrel fishes also you can see, and sweet lip fishes. Particularly the sweet lip fishes and snapper fishes, I observed in deep sea environment. Particularly, sea whips is there. This called is Octoporelia. Sea whips is commonly called sea whips. You can think about more than 2 meters height. This one. This plenty of available in Gulf of Mannar, particularly Gulf of Mannar from Tuticorin to Ramoshian coast. More than 10 meters depth. If you are going there, this diversity will start. If you are reaching 20 meter depth, it is more than 2 meters height of sea whips. You can see that much group of sea whips. It's also hiding place of lot of reef fishes. It is a good place for wild collection place. If it is possible, you can keep some different technology which is developed. You can collect some wild collection from these places. And different surgeon fishes, it's once it's bleached. After bleaching, that surgeon fish reach to that place and feed the polyps and making as a scavengers of this reef. It's feeding the coral only. You can mouth pattern if you see is like sharpened part. It's feed the polyps. And you can see the colors are different colors. It's a look. That's why it's called butterfly fishes, Chaetodons. So most of the fishes in the aquarium trade they're using that, and Chaetodon cholera they're using for aquarium trade for culturing also. Some of people they done it the culturing activities, and some other fishes of Chaetodons. Their trial is still going on the research activities. The rearing and breeding activities still is going on. You think about this line patterns and color patterns, and this is very attractive. For that only the doctor suggests if you have any medicinal, you have heart disease person and any stressful persons, they need some medication, or you can keep small aquarium in your home. That is very helpful for reduce your pressure and mind, calm your mind, and it is very supportive for your healthy life. For that heart nowadays doctors supporting for the aquarium tanks in your home. And
Dr. Yegas Kumar sir, one small request.
Yeah, please.
Dr. Yegas Kumar sir, one small request. Please slide not moved properly. Your word and slide coordination not that much. Can you go for your what your speech the same slides? And because of very long back the same slide it is displaying.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay, then you are not saying this society.
Sorry for the disturbance.
No problem. Just this is my mistake.
Even we are very eager to see your this is your own work now, because
I'm sharing full of my work only. I'm sharing on here.
Yeah, that's why we want to see your effort. So sorry.
So now is it visible, sir?
Yeah, now it's okay, sir. Now it's okay.
Okay, then I can start it from that which place I stopped at. Is okay, or I can go it on forward?
No, you can go as your slide shows. No issues.
Okay, okay. These are already I shared this assessing method, IRC assessing method. Some of underwater survey methods we are using in this. You can see this different methods we are using. Already I shared the information. Just see the photos. And this is a transect method, and under visual assessing method we are using there, and quadrate method, and permanent quadrate. We fix it on the all the marine national park area for long-term monitoring. And next one, you know, this underwater video photography and videography we are doing in each region for maximum cover during our diving period. And also we covered the landing center fish collections, and frequently we visiting the landing center getting this information. Already I shared, that's why I'm not giving the details. And now you are entering the marine world. It's full of reef fishes of Indian water only. So these fishes, you can see the trigger fishes, parrot fishes, and different color patterns. You cannot imagine. If you are entering the underwater, you will not come out. That much good places available in Indian water. Some of photos only I am sharing on here. Trigger fishes and parrot fishes and sweet lips. That this rope-like structure you are seeing there, it's more than 2-3 meters height will grow, and it's called Arthropodia sea weeds, commonly called sea weeds. It's plenty of available in Gulf of Mannar. Particularly, we surveyed in these photos from Gulf of Mannar only. From Tuticorin to Rameshwaram, we are crossing 10 meters there. Away from the island, it's not near to island. This coming and belongs to the biosphere reserve, not in the marine national park. It's crossing the marine national park. In the biosphere reserve, we observe this kind of resource, and plenty of sea fans available with these ornamental reef fishes. And it's told as surgeon fishes came to the reef area and feeding the polyps, and it's a scavenger of the reef. And you can see the plenty varieties of butterfly fishes. It's a different varieties of butterfly fishes we have. Pterodon. You can see the different line patterns and blue patterns, color patterns, and particularly these second row and third pictures. Pterodon cholera. This cultured. There some of I saw in the CFR also they tried this culturing all these things. Still we are not succeed on all the fishes. Not I am saying in the particular variety they are doing that, but if you are culturing this, all the varieties in Indian water fishes you are culturing in our rearing and breeding, then well first India only. You no need to go. I definitely say anyone cross it as. We have that much plenty of resource we have, but we need technology and scientific study and research activities. And a lot of surgeon fishes varieties if you are seeing in the slide. And I saw these 3 fishes, middle one, and surgeon fish actually blue surgeon, and blue powder. They're saying blue powder surgeon is like that. They're saying that one. The second one, first row, second fish. It's a exotic fish. They're saying, but we commonly observe in Gulf of Mannar and Andaman. I don't know exactly it's the exotic fish. This background of this fish origin. So we need lot of study is required, and these 3 are from Gulf of Mannar, remaining 2 from Lakshadweep, the 3 are from Andaman Nicobar Islands, and lot of banner fishes. Pterodonidae. So as you can see, why it is calling the banner? Like it's always having the with banner is moving. It's a white color line. Tail is coming from the head and crossing the tail. So that's why it's called the banner fishes. Different types of banner fish we have, and different line patterns and color patterns is there, and bat fishes. It's called like our tennis bat. If you are holding in backside, it's like bat fishes. It's also available in Indian water, particularly from Gulf of Mannar. I took these photos, and plenty of available is actually major marine fishes collecting from Gulf of Mannar and Andaman Nicobar Island. Not in the Gulf of Mannar, they are collecting from the Bald Bay. It's not under the protected area, and Gulf of Mannar belongs to the protected area. They are not touching that place, but they are collecting from the Bald Bay and supplying to the wild market. And some of wrasse fishes also there, and you can see the cleaner wrasses and moon wrasse, and some of the parrot wrasse, like different. This also look like parrot and wrasse fishes, come wrasse fishes. And one interesting thing is cleaner wrasse. If anyone in the divers in this participant, they know that cleaner wrasse. If you are sitting in underwater, if you are doing some documentary, we are standing more than 5 minutes one place, you can see this fish come and touch us. It's like fishes is come and starting the cleaning. So for that is they're saying it's a cleaner fish, and you can see that it's also sweet lip fish head. It's cleaning in the mouth of the sweet lip fish. It's very common in all the waters, not only Gulf of Mannar. You can dive it anywhere in India. We can see this cleaner fish, cleaner rash fish, and blue ring angel fishes. Bomber cantharidae. It's a blue ring angel. You can see this color pattern and this how it is attract the people. For that, they're saying it's angel fish, like angel. So this photo from the one shipwreck, we did it from there in Pale Island, and remaining photo both from Gulf of Mannar photos. And another interesting thing we are sharing is the goby fishes. In India, very limited study only as a taxonomy station. I am saying is very limited study of marine goby fishes. Plenty of goby fish varieties is available in India, but collection is very difficult. During trout fish collection, whatever collection you are doing, you cannot able to collect it. It will be buried inside the water, inside the sand. If you are trout doing along this area, the fish will escape from the trawl also. So this with diving only possible you can collect the fishes. And another interesting thing of this goby fish is associated with one goby shrimp. Whenever you are seeing this goby fish, we along with the goby shrimp. They had a symbiotic relationship, living together. Nowadays, the culture developed as they are everyone living together. It's going on. That from the beginning, the species living together with shrimp. It's called goby shrimp. It is to clean the track. This work is full clean the track of the fish. The fish, what will do? They collect the feed and going inside the hole and sitting there, and waste of the food material is taken from the shrimp. For that, the symbiotic relationship is there, but need more study about the species, and taxonomically very limited species only reported from the Indian water. Nowadays, our scientists instituted collecting the species for taxonomic identification, and some of the institutions that take over this rearing and culturing also. And like that, another one fish is a blenny fish. Everyone know if you are visiting the mangrove coast, some fishes moving in the sand. That's a super fish. It is moving, and goldfish. It's like it is without water also it is moving that. Lot of blenny fishes available in the muddy area, particularly mangrove and river mouth estuary region. You can get it that. And particularly this kind of small blenny varieties available only in the reef area. It is hiding inside the reef. It is sitting over that. It is just showing the head only. Based on the head only, major identification purpose, we are using that. And luckily, we got this full structure of fish came out with the photo from Andaman Nicobar Island. And lot of Siganidae and Homoceridae fishes. Siganidae is you can see this yellowish with yellow dots. And another one is yellow dot and golden dots of entire body. That's also attracting, and another this movement pattern is very attractive in underwater. This mostly it is moving with pair only. We cannot able to see this without pair. Here also I am keeping one single photo, and here in the middle, and you can see this small head and this pair is on this side. For showing purpose, I just cut it and keeping the one single fish, but then the pair is on left hand side. And also a lot of damsel fishes is there. You can see the different color pattern. What we count it in 70 number of fishes. There is one of fish here, and one black and white damsel fish as a Neobromoceridae, and it's also Neobromoceridae is yellow tail with black margin, and yellow belly damsel fishes, blue color head, and different kind of yellowish and blue margin. You can see light blue shading is there in the entire fins. That is based on this color pattern only they giving the common name, and it's plenty of available in Indian water. And also this group of fishes, you don't know that this is a very valuable, economically valuable fish, and it's plenty of available in Indian water. But before no one edible fish is in Indian water. Nowadays started exporting from Indian water is more than, if you are crossing 1 kilo. It's per kg is 1,000 rupees, minimum 1,000 rupees. So the giant groupers is there. It is minimum 10 kilo, 15 kilo. The one piece weight will come. They are exporting from India to other countries. Economically, it is very valuable. And except this one, second one, remaining everything from Gulf of Mannar, and this one from Andaman Nicobar Island, spotted one. And recently we collected this grouper from our West Bengal coast, from the landing center only, not diving photo. And also the clownfishes, everyone now is well adapted in marine ornamental trade is a clownfish only. Nowadays a lot of varieties, hybrid varieties came out from the clownfish. These are the wild one. You can see the wild colors of different colors in the wild tanks, or not in the tank, in the wild condition, the reef ecosystem. And they, everyone now the seagulls and sea pipes. So each and minimum monthly once we are getting this poachers collecting this horses and sea piper and exporting from Eden, Chennai airport. They catch this poaching material. Like that, there is some news coming frequently. There is a lot of medicinal value purpose. They are exporting from India to China and other countries. But it's plenty of available, particularly in the Gulf of Mannar, not in other places. I'm not saying. I'm not sure about that. We are conducting continuous survey. But I observed plenty of seahorses in Gulf of Mannar and Baltic. We're getting good seagrass ecosystem. In the ecosystem, we observe that just we catch the seahorse in live condition in underwater, and pipe fishes also. Just we catch and just play with the pipe fishes and leave it in the water. And it is after we are leaving, it's go and settle in the soft coral. It's a soft coral. Settle over that and giving the both for us. We took it on photo there. Then we came back from that ecosystem. So this much resource, marine water fishes we are seeing this. This is belong to the Schedule 1 category. Indian 1972 Act. It's not. It is punishable. But illegal poach still going on. The collection, you cannot be able to predict this one. They are selling. Actually, they are sending. It's a dry fish. They are selling mixed with the dry fish. They are selling this one. We cannot able to predict. If you are scanning also, you cannot able to see the seagulls. It's a dry fish we are keeping. Scanning also is not coming. But still they are catching our Indians, particularly Chennai airport. And recently we done some example study in Gulf of Mannar. Particularly two group of islands we concentrated, Wembar group and Thoothri group of islands. In Gulf of Mannar we have 21 islands. Everyone knows that. 21 islands in they're separating the islands in 4 groups, and Thoothri group 3 islands, Wembar group 3 islands, Keelakri group 7 islands, and Mandamar groups and 7 islands. We conducted a survey in 2007 to 9 reef fishes in Thoothri and Wembar group. We finalized the number of fishes, reef fishes, 117 species from that place, and under the 79 genera, 42 families. Particularly each island wise I am showing here. One island 41 species we have, and Kaswar Island 38 species, Karyachal Island 73 species we have, and 84 species from Upputani Island, 52 species from Pulunichai Island, and 57 species from Nalathani Island. This also you have some questions will come. If you are interested, I can share the thing also. Nalathani and Upputani. It's a common word. Everyone know that in Tamil people. Nalathani is drinking water. Upputani means marine water. But particular this island, if it is middle of the sea, you get it fresh water in this island. Or that is called it's a Nalathani Island, and this island you can get the Upputani Island. It's very, both islands is very close. And during Ram Setu time, they are saying this differentiation this one, and they are calling an Upputani and Nalathani Islands. And how to conserve this ecosystem of marine fishes on the things. For that, without disturbing the natural environment, how to collect the fishes. So we think about that. We made some survey in artificial reef ecosystem in Indian water. Particularly, I am sharing here on some of shipwreck. Shipwreck, everyone, I think, inside, outside it, sorry, it's not close to sea. The people not aware about this. And shipwreck is mostly ship sunk in the sea. We observed in the sunken shipwreck from Wembar coast. It's in the Turkurin. Weimar coast is in the 6-meter depth. And another one we observed in Chindapalli shipwreck, it's in the Visakhapatnam coast. It's present in the 12 meters depth. And another one, the Grand Island shipwreck, it's in the Goa. I think if anyone divers is here, definitely they know that who are the divers in Goa going to diving course, they are taking to diving to this island, this particular shipwreck only. This is called as a Susie's wreck. This is commonly they say it's a Susie's wreck, and this plenty of fishes we can see that place. For that recreational purpose, the people taking the scuba divers to that island, that particular shipwreck. And North Bay is located in South Andaman. North Bay shipwreck, it's in the South Andaman. That's also very good scuba diving site of port player who are dived in there. They know that site, and very plenty of fishes. And I think it's a cargo ship. We saw around that a lot of cement package around that in the shipwreck, and with good fish resources. And another one, Japan shipwreck, and so mentioning here this is in Car Nicobar. It is a 10-degree channel. Is a separating. It's a Nicobar Island group and Andaman groups. So Andaman Nicobar is two groups. Separating is a middle of 10-degree channel. After the 10-degree channel, this Car Nicobar is located. And this Car Nicobar, we done it this survey in shipwreck. It's actually a warship. It's a warship. It's a Japan warship. They're saying Japan ship. Local people, they're doing fishing on that place. It is starting from 28 meters. You think about that, how much depth is that one? So unfortunately, our boat anchor is not folded on that place, and we did diving with anchor diving. So you hold it the anchor, and one hand you can hold it the anchor, and one hand with the camera. We did survey. We are drifting along the water current. So our anchor is not holding in the ground; it is moving along that. So that's why I mentioned only 28 meters. It's more than 50 meters depth is bottom. So we cannot able to reach that much depth. So, but we get it very good fish resource. We observe that. I can show you the fish resource and coming slides. And also one small ship wreck in Havelock Island. It's also Andaman, South Andaman. It's in the Rich's Archipelago. It's one very good group of islands, Lawan Islands group. In this island, Havelock, one port is there. Who are visited in Havelock, they know the jetty. In front of the jetty only this Peel Island is there. The island is called Peel. That's why the shipwreck is called Peel Island shipwreck. It's also located in 9 meter depth. It's maximum depth. Now we can see about the different ship wreck and that associated fishes. This is what I said here. This Weimar shipwreck. This small portion was exposed. You can see this portion. If you are exactly it's the opposite is Weimar. From Tutukan to Sailgudi. In between that is a Weimar village itself. It's a coastal village. From the village, if you are traveling from the village 2 kilometers from this shore to inside the water, you can see this shipwreck, and with good plenty of fish resources. You can see that place. The banner fishes going inside the cabin, and this eel fishes is there, black spotted eel fishes, lot of spree fishes. Also, you can see some of invertebrates. There's sea fan is there, lot of sea hard corals is inside there, and lion fishes, bark fishes, park fishes. It's plenty of reef fishes is also available in artificial drinking system. Now we go to the North Bay shipwreck. It's in Andaman. I told in the North Bay area. That also good reef fishes available, and we visited that place. You can see this Bomosendria fishes and bat fishes, butterfly fishes, snappers, and banner fishes, and group of n number of snapper fishes. You can see that place. There's a long shot and close-up shot. We did that one. And this is sweet lip fishes and neo Bomosendria fishes. So yellow pinned this one. It's also dancing only. They're saying the surgeon fishes is there, and some of box fishes moving on there. And this banner fish diving with along with us. We are moving that. You can see some of cement packages around begin me in the underwater. And this is what I told in the Car Nicobar. It's after the 10-degree channel. We dived with anchor rope diving. A lot of, you can see the group of Barracuda fishes on that first slide. There's more than 10,000 fish. I think it is more than that. So that much enough. This is only one snap you are seeing here. This full round we saw in, above our head during our diving. And just we are moving around the diving time, we see some of different variety of fishes there. All the shipwreck we observed, these snapper fishes in yellow, lined with yellow tail. The snapper fishes very plenty of there. More than we cannot enable. You can, if you are making this rearing and breeding of this species, is very definitely will successful in our aquarium trade. And also this sweetleaf fishes, it's also grow up to more than 1 meter size. So it's also edible fish. And but juvenile, you can see that head portion with small lines and yellow color spots. It's attractive colors. And emerald fishes is there. These are called paramine. In our area, we are saying reef fish. It is also more than 1 meter. It will grow. It's also edible fish. And juvenile, you can keep it in the aquarium trade. It's a very good marketing one. Maybe it's a very good marketing. It's color patterns like that, and lot of snapper with black tail. It will not grow that much size. It's not crossing 1 feet size, but we can get it lot of blue fishes and Neobomocentrides, and also banner fishes is there. Squirrel fishes, sorry. Surgeon fishes is there, and some squirrel fishes also there in the group. These are plenty of resources available in the Car-Nicobar shipwreck also. But we cannot able to reach that site due to that Car-Nicobar is a tribal area. Nicobar is living on that site, so we cannot leave, go on that place. Only survey purpose we visited there with the support of the Navy people, and we did diving on that site. And Grand Island, everyone know this site. So I don't need to more explanation if you are scuba diver. So if you are now outside the marine side, if you are in the inland people, then I want to share this information. There's lot of reef fishes. You can see that place, and large. This is, I told, is a giant grouper. It will grow more than 2 meters size, and it will more than 10 kilo one fish size will come. It's a more valuable, economically valuable one, edible fish, and you can see all the shipwreck we can see, and still it is not impacted. Still they're keeping in Grand Island. This photo we did it in 5 years before, but still it's available in there. I got from the team members, and this, if you have the photo, if you are visible, I can show the person. He's a Venkat Charlu, is the instructor of that dive center, Barakkara Dive Center. He only supported for scuba diving support from that place. And another one lady sitting on here, Sujita, Dr. Sujita from CM Forest scientist from Bangalore, and another Mary scientist from CM Forest in Karwar, and their team. They came with us for the fish diversity assessment in Goa, and particularly Grand Island, and we dived in Susis Drive, and one more island behind that. There also we dived and make it faunal diversity study. In particular island, we observed this kind of different varieties of eel fishes also. Now we are keeping this kind of eel fish. When I showed our aquarium office, we are keeping this eel fish, 2 varieties of eel fish. This one and another one, black spot eel fish. We are keeping in our tank. Survival rate is very good. Particularly the black spot and the eel fish. More than 4 years, it is live condition. We are keeping that as a create awareness for purpose only. We are not tried in the breeding side. That much facilities we don't have. We are keeping as a rearing purpose. We are keeping breeding. We need a lot of some more setup we needed for that. We are not attempts still now, but we are nowadays we are ministry is supporting some funding for culturing of this marine ornamental fishes. We are willing to start that kind of study. And another one, danger fish. You can see here only mouth portion. It's a pink color. This eye is here. This is a tail. It is like rocky fish. It's a rocky fish. It is located in all the reef region. This is coming in the Scarpinidae. It's a very poisonous. If you are touching over that, you will die. You cannot be able to escape from that place. So that we are saying is a very dangerous fish. Is plenty available in Indian water. In all the reef ecosystems, particularly in all the reef ecosystems, this is only major danger thing for us. And Peel Island, I told, is a wooden shipwreck only, so it is not iron one. wooden shipwreck. It's a passenger ship. They're using for inter-island transport. The ship was sunk in particularly in Havelock. They are using still. They are using as a recreational scuba diving site. Very good fish resource. I can show some more photos. We did it there. That place only. Hawk fishes and butterfly fishes and Cicanidae, the gold spotted Cicanidae and Karangi. Sorry, Karangi is also. And the groupers, I can see this here, this color. I can on the artificial reef structure, I saw this yellow with black spot rock fishes and grouper fishes also there. And Chindapalli, recently we dived and that trade with the help of dive setter. Living Adventurous is there. They are supported for this survey, and we saw the squirrel fishes and butterfly fishes. Butterfly fishes and grouper fishes is there, and also we observed some bat fishes and Lugenids, group of Lugenids. I saw all the photo. I think you observed this one. Is there? Is a presentation there, sir? Excuse me. Yeah, presentation is there, no?
Yes, sir. Yeah, please go ahead, sir. But already we exceed the time, because of Google platform. That platform will allow us one and
Just is going to another two slides. It's going to end.
Yes.
Another few of slides. Just I showing them.
Yes.
And this current fish is this is stingray. Stingray, you don't know that is a very dangerous one. Particularly this fish is a current stingray. If you are touching this, we get it as a shark. We have experience. If you are getting the shark, another 2 hours you cannot able to move your hand due to current shark light. So we have experience in the Chindapalli reef, and one more experience we have in the artificial reef structure for fish aggregation device deployed from Fisheries Department as well as some of NGO along the Indian coast. Particularly, we surveyed in 2 different coasts a different reef structure they using for the aggregating the fish resource on that place. And also we observe a lot of reef associated fishes and the particular artificial reef ecosystem. It's also useful for the marine ornamental trade. That's why I'm showing here. If you are, these are all a very alternate route for fish ornamental trade. If you are not able to go and disturb the natural reef, and if you are disturbing the natural reef, will die. The reef ecosystem entirely will spoil. For that, we are sharing this artificial reef structure. We alternate tool for this ornamental trade. So some more ornamental shrimp also they are using for ornamental aquaculture. I'm showing one slide. This NPFGR, they are trying this one, and already they adopted this techniques in Lakshadweep. Dr. Ajit Kumar sir, they are leading this team, and they are doing a lot of interesting things in Lakshadweep Islands. And how it is supporting for the livelihood. We have this much resource. How it will support for our livelihood. So naturally, the wild collection from fishermen, they are collecting and supplying to the local people. It's a wild supply; they will get the money. And the rearing and breeding is a major part. If you are success in the rearing and breeding, definitely we success that entire aquaculture of this particular species. And it will connectivity of this breeding and this thing. Live feed culture is very important. Dr. Sandhanam sir going to present on this live feed related things in coming sessions, and artificial feed preparation, aquarium accessories, and aquarium plant is available in a lot of in West Bengal coast. They are doing in the home culturing like that. How they are collecting from the wild, mostly doing the scuba. Apart from the scuba diving, they are collecting these fishes, everything from the shorebird collection, shoreside activities along the Indian coast. This photo from the Erada beach from the Visakhapatnam, and this photo from the our office in West Bengal. And this wild collection also we are going to frequently visit with fishermen and collecting fishes, live fishes from there, and keeping quarantine tank and keeping our aquarium tank for the great awareness. Another interesting thing is nest is we are seeing is a food. They are saying is locally food fishing. The net-like structure. This is mouth. What you are seeing, this arrow-like structure is the mouth. If fish is going inside, it will not be able to come back. So this kind of structure, the nest they are using for collecting the fishes. This is a traditional fishing in Gulf of Mannar, particularly Gulf of Mannar. I observed this one. We took it this photo from the tour in Gulf of Mannar coast only. They're doing this kind of collection. You can get, without damage, you can get it the live resource of ornamental fish, and also not disturbing the reef ecosystem. And some of freshwater collection method, they are using that for collecting the fishes in the river ecosystem. That pond they are collecting this one. And West Bengal, I saw observed very good pond ecosystem. They have Google River. They have plenty of freshwater source. There, each and every house they have a small pond for keeping their fish food. The fish. Edible fishes they keeping, katla, rogu they regularly keeping there, and some of people they are using this pond for culturing this goldfish and koika fishes. So they both are hardly fishes, and compared to our tank culturing, is wild culturing is very effective and colorful. The fish color will not damage and healthy one. And also our scientist Dr. Karthapandi from Freshwater Biological Research Center from Hyderabad, he involved for freshwater fish collection in the field in the Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary, and our staff also involved for collection in the Thuthukudi Muthupet area, Mangrove area. They collecting some fishes, freshwater fish status assessment. And this good fish market available in Calcutta and Howrah in West Bengal state. Very good, like that our Chennai Kulattur market. And Calcutta also very good market available for freshwater and marine ornamental trade. And what are the limiting factors? Is it stress to the marine biodiversity? Over harvesting, exact fishes, habitat loss, climate changes, pollution, restrictive fishing activities. So I am showing some of pictures on here. Trout fishing activities they are doing in the entire coast. If they are limited is away from the reef and away from the marine national park only, they are allowed for the trout fishing. But they are going inside the reef area and also very shallow reef. They are making damage of entire reef ecosystem. And some dumping activities we observed there. Their habitat loss due to that only. This I think it's not visible to us. It's not presenting more. Lot of mollusks they are collecting from there for the small nagam. They are saying it's a mouth portion. They are called as a nagam. They are collecting is a valuable. This exporting for the nagam. That portion and remaining cells they are dumping there. It's full of waste. They are selling. They are collecting, keeping one full ton, full lorry, then sending to cement factories for the calcium of cement making purpose. And also the anchoring damage we observed in the reef ecosystem, and netting in the reef area also affecting there, and lot of reef plastic dumping activities along the coastal area. Not only coastal area, entire water body. If you are going to entire water body of India, you can see a lot of industries, lot of dumping activities, our pollution activities, entire thing you can observe at that ecosystem. And one interesting thing we observed in the Gulf of Kutch in Marine National Park, Gujarat, Jamnagar, it is located on Jamnagar. We observed lot of reef fishes dead. We observed during our transportation time due to this poisonous fishing. They are doing some poisonous powder applied there, and they collecting fishes from that place. That kind of illegal fishing entirely affect the ecosystem. And how to conserve this ecosystem? For that we need lot of awareness creation activities and conservation training program to the local fishermen, students, all the places. Now this Punganar Arts and Science College encourage the webinar program. They invite us, they give this lecture, and this also maybe create awareness to the students. I hope this is reached to everyone. And for the underwater purpose monitoring and training is very important for scuba diving training. ZSI done it, this scuba diving training. This is myself, and we trained forest department, chief conservator of forest, and assistant conservator of forest officer, and forest rangers and forest officials participated in this program. And we trained the people, and still they are monitoring the coral reef and as well as associated fauna of Gulf of Kutch. These are maximum things. And now it's a final stage. I thank to our directors, Dr. A.K. Ghosh sir. Now he is not no more, and Dr. J.R.P. Alpert sir, Dr. K. Venkataraman sir, Dr. Kalasandra sir, he's a present director, and I'm showing this co-director visited during our period in West Bengal Digha station. That's why I'm giving these photos, and all the directors is supporting for the marine conservation and awareness creation activities. Still, they're encouraging all the scientists to participate in this kind of webinar and direct seminar lecture, all the things. We are ready to provide our experience to sharing to students as well as all the stakeholders and Fisher Group members. Thank you very much, everyone, and all the participants. And thank you, one and all. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Doctor. Very, very excellent. Very excellent. Really, it was wonderful. This kind of photo is very difficult to get anywhere because of it shows very hard work. Last, I think, past 20 years, you are doing very excellent work, and really we appreciate, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you very much.
Really, we are very happy.
First of all, I thank you, sir. I give the platform to sharing this information to all. Thank you very much to particularly you and your college committee members and principal and management committee members. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Really, our token of appreciation here, we showed appreciation certificate. Please, you accept here because now everywhere online method. Just we are showing now. We very thankful to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Manivandan, sir. Sir, I think many of participants, they asked many questions. The questions are present in the chat box.
Okay, sir. Okay. Please, sir.
Okay, sir.
If possible, sir, you can go that chat box and read. If possible, you can answer.
Yes, I go through, sir.
Few important questions because of time constraint.
Okay, sir. Okay. There are a lot of I cannot find it, the questions. So if it is possible, you can share it. Some of questions if you ask it, I'll give the answer.
Yeah. Manivandan,
Sir,
sir.
I asked.
Yeah, please, sir. Manivandan, sir, please.
Okay, sir. Participant asking so many questions.
Yeah, please, sir.
The first question: how are the different variety of colors are generating ornamental fishes, either by crosses were made between the two different parents, or mutual breeding, or genetic characters?
So the color differentiation, naturally they have different colors, and some of people they're doing some recently clone fishes, they made it lot of cross breeding, this thing, a lot of different colors. I'm not sharing it here only I wild photos only I showed it here. Maybe we will get it from Sandanam sir will show it some photos, and Adi sir also have some good photos of cultured one and breeded one, locally breeded one and cross breeding things. You can get it from there. Wild one, what I am showing it is not cross one, it's the original color. What I am showing here is everything is the original color.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Moving on, next question.
Yeah.
Which marine ornamental fish can suggest for keeping in aquarium?
So already adapted this Chaetodon fishes, already some of fishes adapted, and also some clone fishes, already the culturing, everything is going on, and we are suggesting what I show it on here, the surgeon fishes, and because we can go on some scheduled fishes also, sir. Seahorses that much valuable, they're saying. It's a lot of illegal trade is going on there. That is also, if you are culturing in our tank, if you keeping, that's also movement pattern is very good. I am showing only one species on seagrass here. We can get it lot of colorful and dragonfish, like they are saying a dragonfish of water. Different color seagrass is there. If you type it in the dragonfish in the internet, you can get it the seagulls also, different seagulls, and that is my suggestion as a conservation point of view. If you are trying that one also good, only institution you can possible. I think CS done it this one. Parangipete they done it this one. Dr. Murugan done it this culturing and rearing, and but no more study is going on still now. So if you are trying this ornamental trade also, that's good. And better is a Chaetodon is best for colorful, very colorful and small size tank also we can keep. Rearing is very good.
Okay, thank you, sir. So one more question.
Yeah.
Any method to breed in marine ornamental fishes in aquarium?
Breeding is, I am very away from that field. I am not still applied any breeding of marine. We have some personal experience of freshwater only. We are keeping some havra fishes and cutpea and goldfishes during my school childhood, not from the scientists. Away from the scientists, with my hobby, whenever we are going there, we are collecting the freshwater fish. We know some little bit of breeding of the freshwater fish. I'm not aware.
Okay, thank you, sir. The one more question. Why the rate of mortality fast in aquarium ornamental fishes?
So actually, main thing is this study is very important for the aquarium fish. I think a lot of fishes below the depth of below 10 meters, 20 meters, their pressure range will vary. You think about a lot of success feed of Chaetodon and clownfish. In the shallow fish, it is live in the estuary region also. And whatever remaining fishes is more depth fishes. It is crossing more than 10 meter depth, more pressure will happen. That much pressure only is able to breed. Maybe it's no study report is there. Some of research activities going on in the international level and Indian level also. But no research publication is available with me, and we here don't explain some of that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Another question: whether the feed material will be same as for freshwater fishes, or it will different from the ornamental fish?
Particularly feeding is freshwater and ornamental is not vary. For they're giving live feed, Dr. Sandana sir will present that one. They are using for red worms and artemia, and also they are using for some small goby foods. They are using for feeding purpose. That will support for the fish color. If you are in the wild, you get in good color fishes. If you are keeping in the aquarium tank, you lost the colors. If your first breeding will get it a little bit color will there. If your second breed will lost the color of the original color of the fish. For that, we are this live feed will very support for the keeping the color of the fishes and healthy of the fishes. And feeding not much more variation. We are applying in our particularly in the marine aquarium we are using here. We are applying live feed. We are collecting some polykit also from the marine wild. We are collecting and supplying, applying for our marine aquarium tank fishes, marine fishes also.
Thank you, sir. The participant asking so many questions. For time constraint, I am asking the last question. How many marine fishes are recorded in India?
So India, I already told marine fish more than 2,500 fishes. I showed in the slide 2,500 something 77 species reported from marine. Ornamental fishes, I told only 1,200 fishes they tried in the ornamental trade using that. Remaining fish is not used it. Some edible fish juvenile stage also capable and reading in the aquarium ornamental trade. This is my personal suggestion.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Manivan.
Thank you, Dr. Yogesh Kumar, sir, presenting such a valuable and wonderful and colorful presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. T. Thank you.
Coming.
Very thank you, Manivan sir. Really very good interaction with our Yogesh Kumar sir. Really, it's very nice time. So now I request Dr. Manivan sir to propose vote of thanks.
Propose the vote of thanks. Myself, Dr. S. Manivannan, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology. It is a great privilege for me to propose vote of thanks on this great occasion. The first, I owe my sincere gratitude to our respected and most distinguished President, Dr. M. Arichammy sir, for his blessing in each and everyday activity. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our most esteemed Honorable Secretary and Director, Dr. C. A. Vasagi Madam, who encourage and motivate us in all your endeavors. It is a great time for me to thank our most respected Principal and Head, Department of Zoology, Dr. M. Lakshmanasamy sir, for his encouragement and timely support. I also take this opportunity to honor our most valued guest of this session, Dr. J.S. Yogesh Kumar sir, the Scientist D, Zoological Survey of India, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Digha, West Bengal, who shared his expertise with us and what are the ornamental resources from the Indian subcontinent and their importance for our economic development. The session was inspiring and motivated us. We are all inspired by our great words, sir. Thank you, sir. I also thank Dr. S. Palsamy, sir, Dean Research and Development, and Dr. Madan Shankar, sir, Dean Academic, for their support. I must thank our head in charge, Dr. S. Binukumari, madam, who is with us all the time and encourages us. I too extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. S. Raja, sir, the course director, and Dr. K. Velmurugan, sir, the coordinator of this online course. I also extend my thanks to all the faculty members and the non-teaching members
who are the pillars of the successful completion of this session of the online course. My gratitude to all the participants whose involvement made this session more valued. I once again, on behalf of Diploma in Ornamental Fish Production and Trade, Department of Zoology and Konganadu Arts and Science College, and on my own extend my heartfelt thanks to one and all present here and encouraged to complete this session successfully. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Manivan
you.
sir.
Thank you, Manivan sir and Dr. Raja sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your very good support for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.